My name is Nicole Burrows. I am the former chair of the Greater Chapin Community Foundation. I'm on my second term, and I'm also the town administrator for the township. One of the things we're going to be doing today is taking a journey through Chapin as we visit these various charities that do so much meaningful work within our community. It's through Greater Chapin Community Foundation that not only are their works possible, but they're able to actually expand their programming and offer additional services to their clients, customers, and to those that they serve. It's already the holidays here at Chapin We Care, and it's a great opportunity for us to celebrate our clients, and also we do huge Thanksgiving and Christmas giving efforts as well as collect donations from the community, and this is just an opportunity to love on our clients and show them how much Chapin cares.
We just could not do what we do without the support of a real stable and varied donor base. So the local faith community is what got us started, but that's not where it ends. We get some help from Harvest Hope. We're able to source product from them, but it's really our local donors. The local civic organizations in particular are critically important. And the Greater Chapin Community Foundation has been faithful to us for years and allowed us to do very specific projects like mobile pantry and those non-food items that we were talking about, and food, of course, utility bills, extraordinary needs. So without them, we just have to say no. We would not be able to serve as we do at the volume we do without that help.
You can tell it's a little bit tight, and it's because we're fully maximizing the space at this point.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. Bread is all here. We keep the bread in refrigerators because it makes it last longer, because this is coming from the stores. You can see this is Publix bread. We love that our clients get the best. So our priority is dignity and compassion, and we want to make sure that every client receives what they need, whether we can give it or not.
Yeah.
So we maximize what we can do, but then we also want to resource them to other things that they might need. If there's a domestic violence issue, if there's a legal issue, if there's a medical issue, we want to make sure that we're giving them other resources.
Sure. And so sometimes that's more than food, right? Sometimes that's
Always.
other things.
It's always more than
okay.
food. Food is the start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. This room is really special. This is actually my favorite part of the pantry. This is our non-food room. This is all cleaning supplies, paper products, and toiletries. What's really interesting about this room is that none of these products can be purchased with food stamps, so there's no help for clients aside what we give, and they're not donated very often. They're also expensive, and we have to source them or purchase them.
Yeah.
And you can see I've got lots of empty shelves. These are always needed, sometimes more than food.
Hey, I'm Ken Lovelace. I'm here for the Greater Chapin Community Foundation. I was a proud member of the Greater Chapin Community Foundation now. It was the endowment then, but we didn't make philanthropy, but we made philanthropy better. There are 4 or 5 grants every year, and they don't go to the same grant doesn't go to the same person next year. You know, they have to earn it. It was the fabric of the community. It was the safety net to where we could do something, to really affect our community.
My name is Jim DeFelice. The executive director of the Chapin Theater Company, president of the board of directors. I've been involved with the theater since 1990 when I did my very first play. I sang in the church choir, and our music director said, "Have you ever done plays?" And I said, "Oh, a little bit in college." She said, "Well, we're auditioning for a play." For me, it's been a continual movement to what we have right now. It is my legacy that there is a building, and we have classrooms, and we have storage for props, and all these things. We don't have a big theater. It's only 90 seats, but you can do a lot. We just added rear projection. So with all of that said, there is a good basis here, but it would not have happened without people like Ken Lovelace. So, why should they donate to the Chapin Theater Company? Because not everybody can play baseball. You know what I mean? Not everybody can play football, and we need to nurture our young, and we need to cultivate them, and this provides a sense of community for a lot of them. It's the Chapin Academy for the Performing Arts. That's the group of kids that we have. Some of them have gone on to Disney.
I am Barbara Tusink, and I am a member of the Crooked Creek Art League, and I coordinate the community art projects for the Art League. Well, Crooked Creek Art League is a nonprofit community organization that's been around for a long time. We were established back in 1995, and we were very focused for the majority of our time on serving individuals who had an interest in being an artist. And that's a wonderful thing, and we still very much believe in that, and we still do a lot of that. But we decided several years back, almost 10 years back now, that we wanted to try and help make the public be more aware of and engaged in the arts as well. It is in our mission statement to do that. And so we had initial conversations with the town of Chapin and said, we have an idea. We would like to try and create some community artwork throughout the area, but we don't know exactly what we want to do and we don't have any money to do it, which is always a great place to start. We came up with some concepts that we thought were important to try and help create a greater awareness of and presence of the artwork in the community so that community members could be aware of and appreciate the arts and learn more about some of the options and ideas that were out there. So we came forward with some ideas. We went to the different granting organizations, which is where the Greater Chapin Community Foundation and the Central Carolina Community Foundation came into play. Because we said, we have these ideas. We want to help promote the arts. We want to make it more available and accessible to the community at large. And both organizations have stepped up and been wonderful partners to us in making some of those things possible.
So Rich, first tell us a little bit about your title and what your role is with the American Legion.
All right, so I am the first vice commander, all right, which is basically like the deputy to the commander and everything like that. So that's primarily my function.
So what made you decide that it was important for you to get involved with the American Legion?
Well, I think one of the things when you leave the military is the camaraderie that you give up. You know, you're used to being around other people that have the similar experiences, you know, and that type of thing. So what we do when we come into the American Legion is you regain that camaraderie, and the people that you're talking to understand the same types of experiences that you've had. And it's kind of it's basically a big support group is what it is, really.
Yeah.
It helps people adjust, you know, from the military side of life into the civilian sector.
Well, talk a little bit about Boy State, Girl State, and why that you feel or that the organization feels like it's important to train our youth and to expose them to government.
Everybody that we have sent there, I mean, first of all, they have to be recommended. So when they come into the program and that, and you know, we have a little board that we conduct and all that, but it's amazing. I mean, a lot of times you hear people talk about kids nowadays and that type of thing, but the people that we get in here are just like, it's unbelievable. I mean, some of them are very impressive, and all of them are exceptional. But when they come in, we do the process of putting them through it, and they go to that thing for, it's basically a week long. When they come back from that, it's amazing. And at the end of it, we have them stand up and say, okay, what did you get out of your experience? And it's always positive. And you know, the parents come back and say, you know, we sent away this kid, we got this kid back. And,
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing the difference.
We're here on location for the new American Legion Post 193 site. The ground that we are standing on is actually going to be the future home of their building. And one of the things that they're doing is building a legacy for the future. They are investing in this ground in a new building for generations to come. And when you invest in Greater Chapin Community Foundation, that's exactly what you're doing. You are enabling organizations like the American Legion to have funds available for them for not just this year, but for future generations.
Well, my husband was in grant writing at the university, so he knew the power of applying for grants and that kind of thing. So he was familiar with the whole process. And we got to talking about it, and he said, you know, if we had some access to small amounts of money, we could give a scholarship here, or we could help a town theater, the Chapin Theater here, or, you know, we could do some small things that you can't get a grant for. Chapin was just kind of taken off. There weren't that many charities around. We did have one member of the board who really wanted to give scholarships. Women especially who have had to drop out of of school and want to go back to get a degree or something. At the time, I was also the secretary of the Chapin Chamber of Commerce. So I brought it up to the Chapin Chamber of Commerce, and I recruited a few of the members of the board there. And so we kind of got started that way. People would hear that, you know, we were there and that this might be a good place to put their money.
From a donor perspective, any donation that you give to us ends up being an investment in the future of Chapin. So it not only contributes to this year's funds, but it also contributes year over year.